So in this video, we are going to learn how to post message on Discord for cancelled Google Calendar event. So using this automation guys, we are going to send notifications to our team members on Discord every time an event is going to get cancelled in our Google Calendar events. Now suppose if you're using Google Calendar to match all your important dates, important events and all of your appointments, this automation is going to help you a lot. And using this, whenever an event gets cancelled in Google Calendar, automatically the cancelled event details and the notification will be sent as a message on our Discord channel to update our team members. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. After reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Calendar to Discord. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Google Calendar account with Pabbly Connect, so that every time a new event gets cancelled in Google Calendar, the details of that cancelled event should be captured inside our Pabbly Connect workflow as well. And after that, using Pabbly Connect's this automation, we are going to send the details of that cancelled event on our Discord channel as a message, so that we can update our team members with the same as well. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now here in Choose App guys, we'll search for Google Calendar and then just select it over here. After selecting Google Calendar, here in Trigger Event from the drop-down, here you can see a list of different events are available over here. Out of all of them, we are going to select Event Cancelled as the trigger event because we want to capture the details for this particular event from our Google Calendar account. So we have selected Trigger Event as Event Cancelled. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. So here guys, we have to connect our Google Calendar account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Sign in with Google button, and then here you can see a list of all the Google accounts which you have logged in your browser. Select your Google Calendar account, scroll down and click on Allow. And as we click on Allow, we will see our Google Calendar account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the calendar. And here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the calendars which I have created in my Google Calendar account. So here in my Google Calendar account, you can see these are the calendars which I have created. And events, this is the particular calendar on which we are working right now. I want to get the details of all the events which are being cancelled in this particular calendar named as events. So here from the drop down, I'm going to select that particular calendar. So from this calendar, I want to get the details of the cancelled event. After selecting our calendar, here is an important note. Let's read it. If you find a blank response while setting up the trigger, then you must ensure that at least one event should have been deleted from your selected calendar. So it is saying that when we are going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button, the details of the most recent, the last event which was cancelled in this particular calendar in our Google Calendar account will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So before clicking on Save and Send Test Request, we have to ensure that at least one event is been cancelled in our Google Calendar account. So let's do this. We will go to a Google Calendar account and here you can see the events which I have created, So for the 6th of April, I have this event named as Developers Conference. And these are the details of this particular event. So I'm just going to cancel this event for now. Click on this delete event and then I'm just going to cancel this event too. And also I'm sending the cancellation update to the guest which I had for this event. So event has been cancelled. After successfully cancelling an event in our Google Calendar account, we'll get back to Pabbly Connect and click on this Save and Send Test Request button. And when we click on Save and Send Test Request, as I told you, here in response, we will get the details of the last event, the most recent event which got cancelled in our Google Calendar account. So here you can see that the date and time, that at what date and time we have received this update, this event got cancelled. Here you can see the name of the event, developers conference. Here you can see the status that has been cancelled. You can see the time zone, that according to what time zone we have received the date and time. Here you can see the start date and time of the event, that is 6th of April 2023, but the time of this event was 11 a.m. But here it is showing us the time as 5:30 a.m. Now this is because guys, while sending the API response from Google Calendar to Pabbly Connect, Google Calendar sends the API response, the details in UTC time zone. So we have received the same date and time of the event, but the time zone is different. So here I am in India, and in India, we follow the Asia Kolkata time zone. But while sending the API response some details of the event, Google Calendar sends the date and time according to UTC time zone. So we have to change the time zone of this date and time of the event, start date time. And also the format of this date and time is also pretty complex. So we'll also change the format of this date and time as well in the next step. After this, we'll scroll down and here you can see some other details for this event. Like here you can see the location of the event. Then we'll scroll down further. We will see the end date and time, that at what date and time the event was about to end. So the event was supposed to end at 1:30 and that's why we have received this response over here. Then here you can see the description of the event. So what is the description we have added to the event which got cancelled over here? Here you can see that. And here you can see some other details for the same event as well. And here you can see the guest email, the guest which was added, which was invited for that particular event. Now this means guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully received the details of a cancelled event from Google Calendar inside Pabbly Connect. Now whenever an event is going to get cancelled in Google Calendar, this automation workflow will trigger. It gets started. And after that guys, what we wanted to send the details of this particular event to Discord channel to update our team members. But before sending these details, as we have noticed that the start date time and the end date time of this event is received in UTC time zone. And also the format of this date and time is also a pretty complex format. This is not the format which we use in our day-to-day life. So in the next step guys, what we are going to do, we are going to change the format and the time zone of end date time and also of the start date time. And to make this happen, we will just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose Apps, search for Date Time Formatter. So Date Time Formatter is a feature of Pabbly Connect using which we can change the formatting and the time zone of a particular date time response. So here guys, we have selected Date Time Formatter by Pabbly. Then in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Format Date with Time Zone. Then just click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is the date. That what is the response of date and time whose format and time zone we want to change. So first we want to change the format and time zone of the start date time of the event. So we have to map this response of start date time of the event over here in this date section. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the details, all the responses which we have received from Google Calendar of a cancelled event. Out of all of this, select this response of start date time and it will be mapped over here. So whatever start date time of the cancelled event we are going to get from Google Calendar, the format and the time zone of the same event will be changed in this step. So we have mapped the start date time. After this, it is asking us from format, that in which format this date and time is present right now. And here in the drop down, you can see a list of different formats over here. Out of all of them, we are going to select this particular format, and in this format guys, this date and time is present right now. Then it is asking us for the to format, that in which format we want to change this date and time. So here in the drop down, once again you can see a list of different formats over here. Now out of all of these formats, you can select any format of your choice in which you want to convert this date and time response. I have this particular format, and in this format guys, I want to convert this date and time response where we have the day, month, year, hours, minutes and seconds, like we have the exact date and time as well, clear date and time. Then it is asking us from time zone, that in which time zone, according to which time zone we have this date and time response. So as I told you, we received this date and time response according to UTC time zone. So from the drop down, we are going to select UTC over here. Just select it. And in two time zone, I'm going to select Asia Kolkata because here I am in India. And in India, we follow Asia Kolkata time zone. According to your country, according to your time zone, you can select your two time zone as per your requirement. And after selecting two time zone, just click on Save and Send Test Request. So after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that the format and the time zone of this start date time of the cancelled event is being changed, and here in response, you can see the same date and time but in different time format and time zone. So 6th of April 2023, 11 a.m. This was the time at which the cancelled event was supposed to get started. So we have received the start date and time in correct format and time zone in which we required. Now, after start date and time, we also wanted to change the end date and time of the event. So what we have to do, we have to follow this exact same step once again for end date and time. So here guys, in Pabbly Connect, we have a feature of copying and pasting the action step. Like we have set up this action step for start date and time. And we have to set up this exact same step with the same from format, same to format, and also from same from time zone and to time zone for end date time. So here we are just going to change this response. So you can actually copy this exact same step and paste this step below. And to copy a action step, here in this action step, you can see these three dots. Just click on it, click on copy step button. So this step is being copied over here. And once again, click on three dots and click on paste step. And here below that, you can see the exact same step is being pasted once again. Now here in this step, we just have to change the start date time with end date time of the event. Because in the next step, we wanted to change the format and the time zone of end date and time. And after this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And here in response, you can see that we have received the same date and time of the end date and time of the event. This means the event which was cancelled in our Google Calendar account, we have received the date and time of that particular event, end date and time of that particular event in our required format and time zone. So using this copy paste action step, we have copied the previous date time formatter step which we have created and pasted it below, and also mapped the end date time over here. And in response, we have converted it to. So using datetime formatter, we have changed the format and the time zone of start date time of the event and also of end date of time of the event. Now after all of these, we want to send these details to a Discord channel as a message to update our team members. For that, just scroll down, click on this add action step button over here, and then here in action application in choose app, search for Discord. Just select it. After selecting Discord, in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Send Channel Message HTML. Click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is the webhook URL. Now to connect Pabbly Connect with our Discord channel, what we have to do, we have to create a webhook URL in our Discord server for that particular channel. And we have to paste that webhook URL over here in this field. So you must be thinking how you can create this webhook URL. So to create it, just go to your Discord account. So this is my Discord account, and Pabbly Teams, this is my Discord server. In this server, I have created a channel named as Event Updates. And in this particular channel, I want to share the details of all the cancelled events from Google Calendars. So after opening our server Discord server, just click on this down arrow, and from this drop down, click on Server Settings. After coming to the server settings page, from the left sidebar, go to Integrations, and then just go to webhooks. Here you will see a list of all the webhook URLs which you have created in your Discord account. Just click on this new webhook button, and then you can see a new webhook URL is being added in our Discord server. Just rename this webhook. For example, I would like to name it as Pabbly Google Calendar. And then I want to set up this webhook URL for which channel. In the next section, it is asking us in the drop down a list of all the channels which we have in Discord. Out of all of these channels, I want to create this webhook URL for this particular channel, Event Updates, on which I want to send the message. So we have selected this channel over here. Then just click on this copy webhook URL and click on Save Changes. And this is it. We have created the webhook URL in our Discord server, and we have also copied the webhook URL from here. Now just go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here in this field of webhook URL. And this is it. Using this, we are going to send messages on our Discord channel. After pasting the webhook URL, the next thing it asks us is the message. that what is the message we want to send on our Discord channel. So I want my message to be hello team. And guys, because we have selected the action event as send channel message HTML, to get into a new line, we have to enter this BR tag over here. So I want my message to be hello team. And in the next line, I want to mention so first we are going to mention the name of the event name. And then here guys, what we are going to do, we are going to map the response of the name of the event, the title of the event over here in this message. Like after event name from the Google Calendar responses, let's map the summary, the title of the event over here. So whatever event is going to get cancelled in Google Calendar, for that particular event, we are going to get the response in trigger. And from that response, we are going to mention the name of the event over here. Then in the next line, let's add a BR tag for next line. I want the event description to be shared as well. And then in front of it, we are going to map the description of the event from Google Calendar responses. So let's scroll down and map the description. Then let's add the BR tag for next line. Then event start date. So here we are going to map the start date and time of this event. And using date-time formatter, we have converted the format and the time zone of this date and time. So let's map the response from date-time formatter, the start date and time. Then let's go to the next line and then end date, event end date. And here after that, in the next line, we are going to map the response from the date-time formatter when we have used the second time. The third step in which we have used the date-time formatter and converted and changed the format and the time zone of event end date. And at last, I want to add the guest as well for the last thing. Guest. So from Google Calendar, we have received the response of the cancelled event, and in that response, we have also received the email address of the attendee, the guest to whom we have invited to that event. So we have this details of the guest as well. So in this way, we have created a message that what is the message we want to send on our Discord channel with the details of the cancelled event to send it to our team members. So this is the complete message. Hello team, an event has been cancelled in our Google Calendar account. Event details. Then we have the event name, description, start date time, end date time, and also the guest. After creating our message, here we have a field of bot name. Like on our Discord channel, a bot is going to share this message. That what can be the name of the bot? You can change the name of the bot as well. For example, I would like to name my bot as Pabli. And also if you want, you can change the icon, the display picture of that bot as well. We just have to enter the URL, the link of the bot icon over here, and then the bot icon will be changed. Whatever images link we are going to enter over here, the same link will be there as the bot icon. At last, it is asking us text to speech. So do we want to enable the text to speech option? I don't want to, so I'm selecting disable over here. And then just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the message which we have created over here with all the event details, this message has been sent on our Discord channel. So let's check it. We will go to our Discord channel. And yes guys, here you can see that the details of the cancelled event is been shared as a new message on our Discord channel. Hello team, an event has been cancelled in our Google Calendar account. Event details, we have the name of the event, description, start date time, end date time, and guest. The details of the exact same event which we have cancelled in our Google Calendar account. Now this means the automation workflow which we have created in this video using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time. So in my Google Calendar account, I have another event named as test event. This event is on 11th of April and the time is from 3:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now here guys, you can see the description of this event as well. Like here you can see we are just testing this automation. This is the description of the event and here you can see the invitees, the guest email as well, test@pablitudes.com. So test event is the name of the event. Now I'm going to cancel this event in my Google Calendar account. So we have just now cancelled an event in my Google Calendar account. And then we will see within 10 minutes, the event details will be shared as a new message on my Discord channel with my team members. So here guys, it basically takes 10 minutes of time because the connection of Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect is a polling based connection. And in this type of connection, Pabbly Connect will check for new data, new cancelled event details every 10 minutes in our Google Calendar account. So that is why guys, here we have to wait for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, we will see that the event details will be shared as a new message on our Discord channel. So let's wait for 10 minutes over here. Okay, so we have successfully waited for 10 minutes. Now let's check our Discord channel. And yes guys, here you can see that after the 10 minutes, we have received a new message on our Discord channel. And in this message, you can see the details of the same event which we have cancelled in our Google Calendar account just now. Here you can see the name of the event, test event. You can see the same event's description, the start date and time of the same event according to our time format and time zone which we have selected, and also the end date and time. We have also received the email address of the guest which we have added in that particular event. This means we have tested this automation in real time and it is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.